Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
A-Team, it's Coach Debbie, and maybe today we'll say Chef Debbie. I am going to show you how to make cassava pizza crust, and we're going to add arugula and red onion, and it's going to be fabulous, and I'm going to show you how quickly we can get this done. So we'll start with our cassava flour, and this is a brand from Sprouts. It's an inexpensive flour, it's grain-free, it's a resistant starch. It's great. Okay, from here, we're going to today add avocado oil, and the avocado Italian dressing is going to be that oil for us. I'm experimenting, so if it doesn't work out, oh well. The recipe calls for regular olive oil. And then we're going to mix all of that into a third cup of water. So we're going to do that real quick. So I'm going to take 3/4 of a cup of cassava flour, and I'm just going to do a little guesstimating.
Hi, Terry. Hi, Stella. Hi, Kathy, Amber, Sharon.
Hi, guys.
Thanks for joining us.
So
And Bev. Sorry, Deb.
and there goes my cassava flour, and I'm mixing that into my pre-measured water that I've already done. And you need a consistency of dough. You will want to follow the measurements, and I'll tell you the measurements right now. 3/4 of a cup of cassava flour. 3/4 of a cup. 2 tablespoons of an oil. I'm experimenting today. You might want to start with olive oil. And 1/3 cup of a warm water. That's your pizza crust. So since I'm not measuring it exactly, I'm going to add in my cassava flour a little bit more so I can get the consistency that I'm looking for. Yeah, that's better. You can see in there it's coming together as a dough. Now I'm going to add my 2 tablespoons of oil. Since we're experimenting, I opted to try the dressing to make it more of an Italian flavor for our pizza crust. Oh yeah, this is good. Now, you'll have it in a bowl, not a jar, but here at the studio we had to improvise, and now I have a dough. Okay? But I gave you the recipe, it works every time. 3/4 cups of cassava flour, 2 tablespoons of your oil, and 1/3 cup of warm water. Perfect every time. So now once you have the balls, they're going to be a little tacky. And so you'll need parchment paper or something that you can press them in. Now here's my tortilla press. You can get these on Amazon. They're less than $20 and they work like a champ. You'll want a tortilla press. Without that, the rolling pin doesn't work very well. So you open up your tortilla press. You're going to put your parchment or maybe a plastic. And from here, we take, it's probably a little not tacky enough, but I want to show you how it works. So we roll it up into our ball. You're going to make a pretty good sized ball. This is too small to get that. Too small. You need it bigger. We'll put it down on our tortilla press. Put our parchment paper, works great. I use that. Put the top down. Press. And you end up with a tortilla that's going to look like that.
Woohoo!
So here are our finished product tortillas. So I don't know that the plastic wrap's going to work. That's all we had at the studio. Maybe there's a non-stick, but parchment paper works every time. Here are the shells. So these are our pizza crusts.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with our dressing, this smells fabulous. It smells like an Italian dough. So I'm going to try it home and I'll let you know how it works out. But you could add oregano or basil or something to your dough. And then this is what we come up with. Now, I've made a homemade pizza sauce with, I like to use the organic jar tomato paste at Sprouts. It's a fabulous consistency. And then I load it up with olive oil because I'm not afraid of my fats. And then again, I add a little bit of garlic powder, my basil, some oregano, and I make a sauce. And then we're going to top our pizza. You can see that I've already toasted these in the pan. So I've taken my crust from my press, put it into my pan, and I've browned it on both sides. Then I'm going to put my tomato sauce on, and I can tell you these were yummy. And, our red onions did not make it out to the chef's table. I would put my red onion on top, and maybe you could find some nitrite-free, some sort of pepperoni. There's probably that. And you could put that on there, red onion. For me, I love arugula. It's got just the right amount of spice. And I would top my pizza with my arugula, with my red onions, because remember I'm vegetarian. I might even put tomatoes, bell pepper, anything that I wanted from the veggie aisle. Zucchini would be great on there. And then I'm going to place them on a cookie sheet, put them in the oven, put it on broil or bake for just a minute, just enough to warm everything up. And then I would drizzle a little bit of my oil on top. And there you go, arugula pizza crust with cassava flour.
Woohoo! Yummy.
Claire and I are going to have a sample right now.
Yay!
Thanks, guys. I hope that helps. A great swap. Something wonderful approved on the plate.
So good.